So basically, today I try to um, get a therapist and to see a psychiatrist and see somebody who I could talk to and who could help me with my situation. And basically, I had no luck. Seems like when you don't have any money, well, when you don't have enough money, that you can't get anything you need, no matter how bad the situation is and how much help you want. And like I said, I really want help. And so I feel like maybe talking or trying to talk to other people or get other people, finding other people like me, maybe that would help me out. Because right now, it just seems kind of hopeless, really. It just seems like um, I can't get what I feel like I need. But I can't get that right now. So, today I just been really thinking about a lot of things that have happened to me, and I was really thinking about my mother. My mother died when I was 13. She had um, cancer, cervical cancer, and I was just thinking about seeing her sick and seeing her in the hospice and seeing her go through so much pain. And I have a daughter now, and so I couldn't imagine if I was bedridden and couldn't do anything for my children. She has 4 children, and I couldn't imagine if I was bedridden and I couldn't do anything for my children, and I'm just watching my kids have to exist without me. And I was thinking about earlier how hard it was for me to not have my mother around, because me and my mother were really, really close. But then I was thinking about what made me more depressed and what made me more sad is to think about maybe how she was feeling, because mentally she was all there. And so she had to have been thinking maybe some of the thoughts that I have when it comes to my daughter. Even though now I can still provide for my daughter, not in the way I want to, but I can still physically do for my daughter. And my mother couldn't do anything for us. She had to just watch us come and visit, and I just was thinking about how it felt to her, maybe like when she was in the hospital and we had to leave, or I remember one time I was 12 and she was in the hospital, and she was like, "Princess, get me out of here. Take me out of the bed. Get me out of here. I don't want to be here anymore. Sneak me out of here." And the way that she must have felt, like, I remember the way that I felt when she asked me that, and I knew that I couldn't do it. But I can't imagine how she felt not being able to leave the hospital. I was just thinking about her a lot today. Me and my mother, like I said, we were really close. Through some of my life, she was on drugs and she didn't do the right thing for us for a while. But she got clean very early in my life and she turned everything around. She went back to school, she got her diploma, she went to culinary art school, she started working, and then she got sick. And I just, I felt like my mother was the only person who, like, really, really, really understood me. I mean, like, on a really, really deep level, because I've always had issues with my depression and issues with anxiety. And it seemed like when I was little, like she was like the only one who could calm me down or could help me. And it seems like ever since she left, ever since she passed, I can't find anybody like that, or I can't find that same type of support. And it really, really hurts. And like when I'm going through the things that I'm going through now, which today I had really, really, really bad anxiety. I had 2 panic attacks, and the panic attacks are to the point where you can't breathe, you can't. I felt like I couldn't breathe. I felt like I was gonna die. I just, it was just, it was just really, really bad. And I just remember when I was little, my mother like calming me down, and she could always calm me down, always. I would always feel like instantly calm when she was around, no matter what was going on, what was happening. I always felt instantly calm when she came around or when she talked to me. It was just her voice, and now she's gone. And I've never really mourned my mother. I've always been so numb to it, and maybe I acted out in certain ways, but I feel like I've never really mourned her. Like I don't feel like I've ever really sat down and was like, she's really, really gone. Like she's never coming back. And even to this day, I feel like I haven't all the way dealt with that situation. And maybe that's one of the reasons why I'm having the issues that I'm having. Like, my mother died on May 1st, and we just finished May. And May is Mother's Day too. And I don't know, maybe it's the time of year. I don't know what it is, but I just, I really wish I knew other people like me who felt the way that I feel, because I honestly, and I keep saying this all the time, but I don't want to die. I really don't want to die. I don't want this depression to kill me. And it honestly feels like it's kind of killing me slowly, and I can see it happening. And I don't want it to happen. I right now, like, I honestly feel like I'm not really talking to anybody. And I'm kind of doing this for me. I'm hoping that I will find some people that could understand what I'm going through. But, like, I guess I just feel like I need to really talk about things that went on in my life and really tell my story, because I feel like maybe I don't even know if it would help, but I'm thinking maybe if I can get all of those things off my chest, then things might be better for me. And there's a lot to tell. The main thing I was thinking about today was my mother, though. I was thinking about her boyfriend. Her boyfriend. I don't know what made me think about him, because the things that he did to me, I try to like really like just put it to the back of my mind and not really think about it. But when I think about my mother, it's kind of bittersweet, because I think about all the happy times I had with my mother, but then I think too about the things that happened, and like I I always wonder why she didn't protect me from certain things, and why she didn't know about certain things that were going on. And I just have so many thoughts going through my mind, and I just don't, it's just like almost like racing thoughts. And like I don't know how to, I just can't deal. When I start thinking about stuff, it's just back to back to back. Like one memory leads me into a next memory, and it leads me into another memory. And like the memory could be good or bad. Like it just depends. Like I said, I don't really want to have a pity party, and I don't want people to pity me. That's literally the last thing that I want. I just really want people, like, I want to learn about people like me. I want to talk to people like me, because, like, right now, I feel like I'm so alone in this situation, and I really want to get better. It would be nice if I can just. People tell me, like, a couple of people have told me I should write a book. You should write a book, because people think that, I mean, not to sell, but like, so you can get all your thoughts and everything written down, so they will be out of you, and. But I'm really not much of a writer, which is why I'm doing what I'm doing now, because it's easier to feel like I'm talking to somebody, even though I'm not talking to anybody, than to write write things down. But I'm pretty sure nobody's probably ever going to see this or going to look at it. But I'm just, if you have somebody, just like I said, I don't know, yesterday or the day before, if you have somebody that's suffering from depression, and somebody that tells you that they're sad, and you can see that they're really down all the time, check on them, make sure they're okay, ask them questions, because those people could very easily be gone in the blink of an eye. I literally should be gone. I didn't tell anybody, but last week I tried to commit suicide. Last week. And people don't care. Like, I mean, not people don't care. I can't say people don't care, but I don't even know why. If I'm only talking to myself, I don't want to say certain things because like I'm not even that type of person that like wants to down people or say negative things about people. Everybody has their own life. But when these people, I just won't say the hospital. When I went to the hospital with the overdose, they, of course, pumped my stomach and they did everything that they had to do, but they didn't even keep me. And I honestly just thought that that was kind of crazy because you would think that, I mean, my intentions weren't to go into the hospital. My intentions were to end my life, but you would think that they would keep you. And then the way people treated me was like I was so wrong for what I did, and it seemed like I was irritating them, and it was kind of crazy. And you would think somebody that's in a vulnerable state like I was, well, am, you would think that somebody that's in a vulnerable state would, like, if you come into contact with that type of person, that you would be careful about what you say and what you do around them because you don't want them to feel worse than how they feel, which is how I think even when people aren't in a vulnerable state. But these people were like really mean and nasty to me and kind of like whatever. And it's like I wasn't mean. I wasn't nasty. I was actually very polite. I didn't bother anybody. I I kept saying sorry. I felt bad, I felt like I had wasted their time. Like people are dying and I'm like trying to die. And like I felt really bad. Honestly, I felt really bad and they were just really mean and it wasn't a good feeling. And if I didn't already feel bad, they just made me feel worse instead of making me feel better or trying to. So, I mean, that experience was just kind of crazy and it gives you, like, at a certain point, you don't have hope in other people. You don't see any good in the world. I hardly see good in the world. I mean, I know that there's good in the world, but I don't see it. It's just really hard, this thing. Yeah.